Welcome back to Holistic Developer. I'm hoping you're having an amazing time. I'm Anna and I'm super excited to have you back here with me on this channel to talk about things related to software engineering, experiences, and so much more. And today I want to share with you side income ideas for software developers that you can do in 2020 as a software developer from the comfort of your home to make extra income. Obviously, as software developers, you have a salary, and in majority of cases is a decent salary, but there's always a better way to have more income, right? Ways to make more income if you want to have new toys or you want to become financial independent as soon as possible and so on. So I will be sharing this 10 side hustles that you can do as a software developer from the comfort of your home into 2020. And the ideas that I'll be sharing with you, that you will find ideas for entry level to experienced software engineers. So I need to start with a disclaimer that I'm not an expert in financial advisement. I'm no financial advisor or anything like that. So take the ideas that I share with you with a grain of salt. The ideas that I'll be sharing with you, they are the ideas that work for me, something that I tried and something that I researched and I see interesting ideas and valuable, and that's why I want to share them with you. So without further ado, let's start with the very first one. And it's a pretty simple one. As a software developer, you make an income, right? And hopefully you are aware that if you just keep your money in a bank account, the money just stays there and it actually loses power, loses buying power because of inflation. So I checked online, and in Seattle area every year the inflation rate is about 3% or something like that. So if you keep your money in the bank for a year or two or something like that, the money is just sitting there and it's losing its buying power. If you have it in a saving account where you get 2% back, it's also losing money. So the idea is to invest the money. And by investing, I mean not buying stocks at a low price and selling them at a high price. If you are a software developer and you work, you don't have the time and energy to keeping an eye on the stock, how it's performing, buying and selling. So the investing that I'm talking about is investment that you buy stocks or index funds or bonds, mutual funds and so on, and you buy them and hold them for the long term. And the market was proven that it's changing and you get the return about 7% per year. So if the inflation rate is about 3.5% or something like that, there's plenty of money that you make from having the money invested in the stock market. And hopefully you get the option from your employer of 401k and you take advantage of it, because that's the easiest way to make money, to invest in the 401k and have up to the matching. So let's say if your employer matches you, like for every dollar you put in, gives you 50 cents, that's the easiest way to make money, and take advantage of that. If they match you maximum to $2,500 or something like that, imagine that whatever you do, just deposit, let's say $5,000, by default you will make $2,500. That's a really sweet deal. So hopefully you take advantage of that. Another investment that I want to mention is investing into stock or index funds and so on, right? So there are brokerages online that allows you to buy stock and sell them, and usually you have to pay a certain amount of money to do those transactions. I used to do one, and it cost me $4.95 every single time when I was trading. When I was buying a stock or when I was selling it, I was paying $4.95 every single time. And I recently came across Robinhood, which is amazing. It's for free. You are trading, buying stocks or selling them, and you don't have to pay anything. And the great deal about them right now is that when you signed up, and I'll have a link below, when you sign up, you get a free stock, which is a super sweet deal. So when I signed up, actually I had Robinhood account for a month probably without depositing any money there, because I was researching it. I needed to make sure that it's something that I want to do, and they gave me a free stock. So for a month I had that stock that performed pretty well. It was going up and down. I believe today is down again, but overall I don't plan to sell it, so it's performing pretty well. So I really encourage you to use my link below to get a free stock with Robinhood, even though you're not planning to invest. But if you're planning to invest, I would recommend to start with something that you are comfortable. It might be, to start with, you might start with $100 a month, every month, to deposit something, and you'll be amazed over time how much you will save. And actually the power of compound interest is amazing. So I'll definitely recommend to get interested in this and getting started in this. And again, as I said, this channel is not about finances or anything like that in particular. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll link below a channel that is pretty interesting. I really like it. I believe his name is Andre Jack or something like that. I'm not pronouncing his last name correctly, but it's an amazing YouTuber who speaks about financing, personal finances, and he's amazing. So number one is investing. The power of compound interest and the way that the market grows over time, and the dividends that you get from the dividend stocks, you make an interesting passive income. It's something that I recommend to everybody to do. Second one is becoming a creator. And from becoming a creator can be three different things, right? You can have a personal programming blog, you can become a YouTuber, you can create a podcast. In any of these cases, you can make extra money. Obviously, it takes a specific amount of time until you get to the point where you can make an income from it, and you can make money from it from AdSense, when you place ads on your blog, or when you get monetized on YouTube, you also get money from the ads that play on your videos and so on. And when you are creating a podcast, you get sponsors and you get money. So a really famous and the podcaster that I really like, a software developer, I mentioned it before, is Developer T. Then there's Mayuko. She recently started her podcast and it's really interesting. So definitely you will find links in the description below for everything I'm mentioning. And another YouTuber, a few YouTubers, programmers that are worth mentioning is the tech lead, Clement Mihailescu, if I pronounce that correctly. Then again, it's Mayuko, and there are so many more developers who created channels on YouTube. So it's something that is a passion of everybody, and also it's a side income. And while you're doing that, like in any of this, being a creator, right, being a blogger, an influencer, YouTuber, or a podcaster, you also can start doing affiliate marketing. And by affiliate marketing, it's different. It might be different levels of affiliate marketing. It can be something that you recommend from Amazon, and when you link your recommendation, let's say a book, every time somebody clicks on it, you get a specific amount of money from a purchase that is happening, right? And obviously, the price doesn't change for the consumer. Whatever, if they buy that book, let's say it's a recommended book, they don't pay extra for that. It's exactly the same amount of money. Also, affiliate marketing could be something such as, I mentioned Clement Mihailescu. He's ex-Googler or ex-Facebooker. He left Facebook and Google for his company. He has Algo Expert is his company. It's basically a platform where you have different programming questions for interview that helps you prepare for it, right? So you can become an influencer for, let's say, him, and let's say you will find a link below for his service. It's Algo Expert, right? So if you're interested in using that service, by using the link that I'm mentioning, you get a discount. That's an interest for you to get something at a better price. And me, as a person who is recommending that, I also get a bonus income for recommending you to that service. Also, you might think, okay, what else am I recommending? So I'm also recommending, let's say LinkedIn Learning is something that I really, really believe in. It's something that I've been using for years. And on LinkedIn Learning platform, you can find a lot of different courses, training, videos that will help you become a better software developer, a better person, a better creator, product manager, finances, whatever you want. You can find something, a course that will work for you on LinkedIn Learning. Same is true for Skillshare, Udemy, and so many other platforms where you can do some classes. You can buy some courses and learn and grow, and yeah, I think you get the point. The next one is to become a freelancer, and it's a scary thing for developers to become freelancers, right? How do you find somebody to do the work for, or something like that? And there are multiple platforms right now. You can try to find something on Craigslist, which is scary for a lot of people. Another place would be Fiverr, Upwork, Towel, right? So I'll link everything below. And on any of the ones that I mentioned, there are a lot of opportunities for developers. You can do things like developing apps. Somebody has an idea and they're looking for a developer. They can be looking for a developer on Upwork or on Towel or Fiverr and so on, right? Or developing a template, a website, and so on. So becoming a freelancer, it's pretty easy. Next one, it's pretty popular and a lot of people are actually doing that, is to actually create a course. So there are a lot of people who are already creating and posting courses on Pluralsight, Udemy, Skillshare, and so many other resources right now. So if you are a person who is interested in creating a course, that's another stream of income you can do. And some of you might be scared, saying, oh, I'm not an expert, I cannot do that. And believe me, doesn't matter what level you are, you always have something to teach somebody. So let's say if you're a beginner, you definitely have something that you can teach somebody who is way in an earlier stage than you are. Let's say you might already know what kind of classes you need to teach or to study. You might know what mindset you have to do. So it's always you have opportunities to teach somebody something that you didn't know and something that is useful for somebody. So another way to make an income is to make a video course that can be placed on any of the platforms available out there. The next one, I believe, will speak to the majority of you. As a developer, you love to create something, right? Probably one of the reasons you are a software developer because you want to develop something from scratch. You want to create something because you're a creator. So the recommendation is to create something from scratch. Like you can create an app for your watch, or you can create something for, let's say, a Google Home or Alexa, right? And actually recently came across this program, Alexa Skill Reward Program, and it turns out that developers are building skills, not only developers. So they develop skills for Alexa, and it turns out that there's a program that depending how popular and how used is a skill, the person who developed it and who posted it get rewards. And actually there have been history, and there's actually stories that people made from $1,500 to $24,000 on an Alexa skill. It all depends on how popular it is. There are people who actually created companies from a skill that they created for Alexa. That well it went. So there's no limit of how much you can make from Alexa skills. Also, it's true, you can create website templates, you can create WordPress plugins and sell it like that. You can create an app and sell it on App Store, on Google Store, or on Apple Store, right? And there are two ways to do that, right? You either sell your app, right, for, let's say, 99 cents, or you place it as a free app, and the money you can make is from the ads that you place in your application. So there are different ways to do that, but definitely try to create something and monetize it in any of the ways that I mentioned, or other ways that your creativity may come up with. Also, you can be writing for a blog, and in this particular case it's actually called hit subscribe. And basically what it is, you are posting or you are writing on demand for other top technology companies, right? There's a technology company that might need a writer, a technical writer, a developer to write a post for them or create a webinar or something like that. And it's basically they send you all the requests that they have, and you pick the one that you like, and you can make money from $100 for a webinar to $1,000 for a blog post. So it's basically whenever you feel like it, you see an opportunity and you like the topic, you can write on that. So that is hit subscribe. Participating in a challenge like a hackathon, right? Recently I found a hackathon that already happened that it was really interesting one, was that with multiple prizes, right? You participate, and if you take a first place, you might get $40,000, and there are many placements. So definitely keep your eye open to opportunities like this to participate in a challenge that is fun. It's developing, it's growing, but at the same time it's rewarding because you can make side income from it. Also, another one is volunteering. So for example, I volunteered multiple times, and I mentioned that previously, but the volunteer that I've done before, I was a TA at the high school. I was teaching Java, and during the time I did that, actually was compensated for it. Everybody was actually compensated. It's actually not a lot of money, not even close. It was $1,500 or something like that, but it's definitely something interesting. And in that case, if you're doing a remote one, it's simpler. This is one example that volunteering, it's the one that you actually have to go there. They have opportunities remote, but also some of the opportunities are to be there actually. So that one actually you can get paid as well. Another idea of volunteering and the side income that you can make from it is, in my example, when I was volunteering with ChickTag, I got to go to DockerCon, and they paid for the conference for me, and the conference was, I don't know, a few $1,000s, like $3,000 or $4,000. I don't remember exactly how much, right? So I was volunteering with them, and they had tickets to conferences, and it's like, who wants to go? Oh, I'll go, and I don't have to pay that money from my pocket because I was interested and I saved that money. So versus me paying from my pocket, I didn't have to spend that money, and I was able to invest it, and my money now is growing in stock, right? So volunteering also can give you some opportunities to have some income coming in. Another one is teaching or tutoring, mentoring, and a particular example might be Code Mentor IO, right? And you can be mentoring somebody there, and for 15 minutes you can make $15, $20, $30. Depends on the level you are, but you can make from $4 for 10 minutes to $30 in 10 minutes. And it's a sweet deal where you can talk with somebody and mentor them and help them to understand something that they might be confused about. They need to practice for their exam and so on. So there are a couple of things that you can do in that case, couple of platforms where you can help. So Code Mentor IO, it's a really great one. It pays really well, and you have to be advanced and able to pass to become a mentor, but there are a few ones that are pretty simpler to get in, and those are tutorthepeople.com and Preply. So, and many other platforms, but those are the few that were worth mentioning. Another great resource, it's basically making surveys or answering questions that are on the market, and that can be done via a service called Responded.io, right? So basically they have different projects that are available for the area where they are. And let's say Microsoft wants to do a survey or a study group or something like that, you really don't know what company it is, but usually you will see a posting saying, oh, I need a software developer who is specialized in C# and has experience in this like 10 years or something like that. They're different postings, and they say, okay, for 100 minutes you get $150 paid or something like that. And you usually see that, and you apply for it, you answer a few questions, and they reply to you if you pass or not. So the Responded.io is really simple and really straightforward. So you'll find a link below if you want to use it. Definitely something great service that you can do. And again, it depends on the area where you live. Let's say if you are in San Francisco, you might get some opportunities, versus if you are in New York, you might get different opportunities based in the area where you are located. Another idea, side income idea, might be becoming a better tester. And yes, you'll say, oh, I'm a developer, I don't want to do testing, stuff like that. Believe me, testing, it's something that we all have to do as part of our job development. And doing testing on the side to make an income, it's pretty sweet. You make it when you're available, and you'll be testing apps, mobile apps or websites or video games, different things. So there might be something that is something fun for you to try. And yes, it doesn't pay a lot, but it's something that is definitely worth trying. If, let's say, on the weekend, you know you will be home and you have 5 hours that you want to make extra income, you know, log in into beta testers and start testing, and you make an extra income. And in a month or something like that, you will see how much money you make on the side, and if you actually happen to invest it, and that's growing for years to come, you will see how sweet of a deal it was. So yeah, those are the ideas that I wanted to share with you. So the very first one was investing, the second one is to become a creator, the third one is to become a freelancer, fourth is to create a course, then build a program and sell it, become a blogger for hit subscribe, becoming a mentor, tutoring, volunteering, coding challenges such as hackathons, Responded.io, becoming a better tester. And another one that I would like to recommend, and it's something that might be interesting for you, is to become a self-published writer. You can write a book about your experience as a software developer, anything about software engineering or anything like that, and you can publish it and that's a great way to make a side income, some royalties to come your way, and also that's an extra visibility for you. And when you're looking for a job, you might have that on the resume that you wrote a book. And it doesn't have to be a huge book this thick or something like that. It can be something from 80 pages to 100 pages or something like that, and it's definitely something that will benefit you in the long term. So hopefully you found some interesting ideas in this side hustle topics that I shared with you. Hopefully you are, if not, at least you were entertained. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I will be super excited to have you part of Holistic Developer channel. And if you like the video, make sure to like the button down here. And yeah, I'm curious to hear what are your favorite side hustle that I mentioned in this video. So see you in the next video. As always, I'm wishing you happy engineering, and bye bye.